Assalamu alaikum. I'm sorry again, been so long, but today I'd like to concentrate on something different, and it has to do with your heart and the concept that your heart is either healthy or not. We have something called the body, in Arabic, the badan, and then the ruh. And the ruh can be translated as your heart or your soul. You know, Arabic is a very rich language, so it's not so easy to flip flop with languages back and forth. But in this particular series, which I studied for many years in Egypt, it's a series called The Sickness of the Hearts. And I felt it's about time now, because of the state we're in the country, the high anxiety and stress due to many factors, that I would try to do something positive for my fellow Americans that you wouldn't ever get on mass media. I know very well what you're getting. You're getting a total focus on the body. And you know, all over the net, YouTube, or I don't know, I've never had a television in the past 30 years, but it seems to be everything's focused on the physical, whether it be so many food recipe videos, each one more delicious than the other. And then I find myself wasting time with them. I won't make them, but I just like to watch them. And then, of course, you have the beautification that women fall into, this beauty trap, and they will show you so many ways that you can improve your figure or your hair or your skin or your stylish clothes or whatever they focus on. For us, poor victims that we are, we fall right into it. And I wear a hijab. I've worn it for so long, but you know what? I still watch them. So you have the physical aspects. For the men, they've got the martial arts and all this boxing, and you have to get in shape and you have to have muscles, and whether it's food or beauty or physique, it's wrong. It's what we used to say when we studied in college, hedonism. Hedonism, focusing on the here and now and how much pleasure can you derive here and now. And it seems like the more the situation is becoming, I don't want to say desperate, because we always have hope in Allah. And He's all merciful, and He never turns away anyone who's repenting, and He will make everything better, and we know all of this. But rather than my poor attempt at trying to go deep into this subject, I wanted to do the prelude of what we're aware of and what the internet is doing to us. And now I'll go back to the start when we were all beautiful babies. And this is how the shuyukh begin when they teach this series called The Sickness of the Heart. And my sheikh, Allah yarhamu, he passed away 3 years ago, but my sheikh, Fawzi Saeed of Cairo, Egypt, he was an expert in this subject. And I'm going to do my best, because it's a series of perhaps 25 lessons, but I'll do my best to do short bits so that you can maintain focus, which is another issue we're all having, is we go in a room to do something and then we don't remember what we went in to do. Really, it's they keep blaming the food. Oh, something's in the water. Oh, the chemicals. I'm not so sure I believe any of that. I just believe that we're frail, and we're the word in Arabic is naqis. We're deficient. Yes, by virtue of our humanity, we are deficient. We're not all that, as much as we'd like to try to be, or this I, me stuff that I grew up with. Well, it's not on target. So let's get back to our target, which is when we were all beautiful little children, newborn babies. Who doesn't love a beautiful newborn baby? Beautiful children, so pure and innocent. Everything about them is new and fresh and clean and perfect. And then something happens. We study in Islam, this word is called fitra. And fitra means your actually initial created state of being. When you first come out of your mother's womb, you have what's called your fitra. And that fitra was created to know your creator. We say Allah. Allah's reason for creating all of this is He wanted us to know Him. And He wanted us to know Him so that we will obey Him and so that we will have a good life and return back to Him if we listen to what He says. So when we're children, we usually listen to what our parents tell us to do. And little children always want to please especially their mom. Mommy, look what I got. And they'll go out in the garden and they'll bring her home a little wilted dandelion or something. They're just beautiful. But then, as Prophet Muhammad told us in a hadith, every child born is born with a pure fitra. And then, as he grows, when he begins to speak, his parents turn him away from the perfect fitra into something that they want to teach their child. And it is their version of things. And actually, the hadith uses the word Christianize, Judaize, or Magus. It's the Iranian religion. We're not that familiar with it, but I don't want to make this too esoteric, academic, and so forth. Saying Yatanasarano, Yatahawadano, Yamajusano, they're going to make him like a Christian or a Jew or a Magi, meaning to believe that Allah is three, or to not accept all prophets. That would be the Christians and the Jews. And then the Magi or the Majusani were fire worshippers. Now, let's bring this into the current parlance, as you could say. We were not speaking like this ever, but these hadith of Prophet Muhammad were well understood at the time. But just because we're in a different time, the emphasis is the same. Your parents making you in their own image that they prefer to have. So, little boys have to throw that pigskin around that football, or maybe they'd have a hockey stick and beat that around the rink, or maybe whatever martial art the dad would choose. And then my mom wanted me to be a ballerina. It was pathetic. Mom, look at me, I'm short. How could you even entertain that dream? Well, she did, and she sent me to ballet lessons. It was, don't remind me, I think I was traumatized. But anyway, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying you children can't have fun, and they can't have hobbies, and they can't enjoy themselves. All of that's wonderful. But we've taken it to a whole new level here in America. We've taken it to such a level that it's a form of, I use the word hedonism, but it's more of a worship, a self-worship, that we have become so focused on the I and the me and the forgetting that we were put here to help others and to do things called charity. How many people even donate anything at all, ever? And perhaps you just think, well, donation is for those who are wealthy. They have extra money. Oh, yes, the rich donate much because they get tax write-offs. But no, Prophet Muhammad said, if you don't have money, a smile is charity. Moving harm from the road, like a branch or a broken bottle, that's charity. Helping someone carry their bag, that's charity. Helping someone board their, we can say now it would be a car, a motorcycle, whatever. Back in the day, it were horses and donkeys and so forth. Making somebody able to do what they need to do, and you're helping them. This is charity. A kind word is a charity. A smile is a charity. Prophet Muhammad loved smiling. He was always smiling. So now, when we return back to the subject of the sick hearts, we have to know that our heart was created to be like a storage for Allah's words, and a place where you would feel Allah's power and love and mercy within yourself. And the way you feel that is to do what is pleasing to Allah. First, you have to learn what is pleasing to Allah, and then you do it. And the more you do what's pleasing to Allah, the more Allah increases your ability to do that. And the more you disobey and do what's displeasing to Allah, you're going to find yourself sinking deeper and deeper into sin and to feelings of anguish, emptiness. They call it depression. There's so many words that they use now. There's so many different terminologies that they use now. I mean, pharmaceutical companies, I don't know if they even know what they're talking about. Schizophrenia, bipolar, depression, anxiety, hallucination. So much is affecting Americans now. And I can't say it's all from substance abuse, but a great majority of it is from substance abuse. And that it used to be alcohol was no big deal. Let's go have a beer. No, it is a very big deal, because Allah calls it mind-altering substance. The word for all of this is khamar. Allah only has one word, khamar. He doesn't have to come up with all of these different terms like the medical professionals and Big Pharma and whoever they are, those, what do they call them? Life coaches or all of this. You don't need all of that. You just need one book, and it's called the Quran. So because the child is not raised properly, oh, I'm losing my battery. Oh no, I'll go plug my phone in and I'll be right back. Hold that thought, because the child is not raised properly. I'll continue on that one, and I'll make it lesson 2 of sicknesses of the heart. Assalamu alaikum.